Criteria help us decide which ideas are best, and some criteria show up again and again. We'll define these criteria and see how they interact so you know when and how to use them. We all use criteria to make decisions. In design, we use criteria in a weighted decision matrix to decide between solutions. If we choose the wrong criteria, we end up with the wrong solution. Users won't buy our designs. And then we have to go back and remake those decisions, which is costly. Today, we'll do a quick review of weighted decision matrices. Then we'll cover some of the criteria that show up again and again. These are inexpensive, durable, reliable, safe, and sustainable. By the end, you'll know how to use these criteria when you're making a design decision. And please like and subscribe if it's time to level up your design skills. I recommend putting your criteria and weights into a weighted decision matrix, WDM, before you start brainstorming. Every problem has an infinite number of solutions. If you put your criteria and weights on paper first, they will aim you in the right direction for brainstorming. You know where the great solution space is, so you can find more ideas inside that space. The first criteria you put in your WDM should be related to function. Your design performs a function, and it must do that well, so these functional criteria should have a lot of weight. But beyond the functional criteria, we often see these criteria: inexpensive, durable, reliable, safe, and sustainable. You might not use all of them in one WDM, so consider the function you're trying to solve before you just write them all down. This is a WDM for the function conduct electricity in an aircraft application. The first three criteria relate to the function and application, and the rest are these common criteria. The criteria and weightings in this table are just for example. The criteria weightings you choose will depend on the problem you're solving. We'll talk about each of these bold criteria in turn. Cost is always a factor. Even if you're designing luxury goods, you still need to make a profit. And every decision has cost implications, so you can't choose the more costly solution every time, because once cost is high, it's very hard to reduce. These are my recommendations. First, know your cost target before you start. Second, recognize that every decision is a cost decision by putting it in most of your WDMs. Third, minimize the cost of every part of your design. For example, use off-the-shelf parts instead of custom parts if you can. Fourth, focus your budget on the most valuable parts of your design. For these functions, weight functional criteria higher and cost lower. In this case, we're sacrificing cost for weight because it's for an aircraft. I'll cover durable and reliable together because they're often confused. I'll start with definitions. Durability is the ability of your design to keep functioning in typical conditions over its design lifetime with typical maintenance. It's often measured in years, number of uses, or distance traveled. The focus for durability is how long your design will last. Reliability is the ability of your design to function without failure for a specified time. It's often measured in units such as mean time between failures or MTBF, which is the average time between failures. The focus for reliability is how dependable your design is. Both of these are highly statistical and aren't guarantees. If a design lasts for 100 years but fails every day or two, it is durable but not reliable. If a design works without fail for its entire lifetime of 10 minutes, it is reliable but not durable. Durability and reliability often seem to go together, but you might have to make a decision for one or the other. In this case, we have chosen reliability over durability, and you usually have to increase costs to improve both. So cost, durability, and reliability are a trade-off. Aim for the best of all worlds by choosing the right materials and design. But once you have an optimized design with all the best design principles included, these three will trade off. Reliability can impact safety, but many things impact safety. A saw with high reliability and durability can still be unsafe. And safety depends a lot on your user. Are they trained to use your design safely? Did they sleep well last night? Are they distracted or frustrated? If one solution is safer than another, you might choose it for that reason. But again, it's a trade off. We don't like to hear that safety is a trade off, but the safest solution might be too expensive or might not even function. Airplanes are one of the safest ways to travel, but an airplane that was 100% safe might not fly. So, safety often ends up in our criteria. And when we're looking at the safety implications of each decision, it's helpful to borrow language from the Design Failure Modes and Effects Analysis, the DFEMA. What is the failure mode? What are the possible causes? What are the effects? And are we able to detect the failure mode? When there's a chance our designs could hurt someone, safety becomes an important criterion. In this example, if this is a mission critical conductor, safety is very important. Sustainable. Sustainable means many things. As a designer, I want my designs to last a long time. That means I have to choose the right materials for the application and design it so it won't break. As it turns out, that's also what my users want. And I think users will increasingly want sustainable designs with lower impact. In many cases, this is the choice not to be wasteful in our design, and being less wasteful often reduces cost. Laws are also being implemented that will make wastefulness even more costly. So, increasing sustainability can often increase durability and reliability and reduce cost. These are all wins for you and your users. Design is always a trade off. You can't win in all your criteria. So focus on functional criteria first, then determine which of these standard criteria apply to this function and application. And when you're weighting your criteria, again, focus on the functional criteria first. Always keep an eye on cost. Two eyes, as often as you can spare them. Find a good trade-off between cost, durability, and reliability. Release your designs into the world only when they're safe enough. And choose sustainable designs so you can keep making them far into the future. If it's time for you to start turning your ideas into products, the Heroic Design Workbook is a complete and rigorous product design process that will help you create remarkable products. A link is in the notes. Thank you for your time and attention. I'll see you soon.